Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Sunny Winnipeg. Not as smoky as yesterday morning. Maybe a little bit, but I didn't notice anything. I got my windows open front and back and leave them open until I notice that it's starting to get warm outside, and then I'll shut them. 18.7 Celsius. Yeah, that's okay for this time of the morning for Winnipeg. Okay. The consensus was, you might say, overwhelming. I'm supposed to paint these. And a couple of people suggested maybe an off-white or something to that effect. So I checked this morning to see what have I got that is off-white. And it's this one right here is about as off-white as I can get without maybe mixing something up special. This is the XF2 that we were using yesterday, the white. This is the Mr. Hobby Aqueous, or however you say it. Okay, this is the 82. Now, we used a lot of this, if you remember, when we were doing the submarine. And it's fairly, I think it's a lighter gray than the 19. Well, you can see this is what it's going to be like. Okay, that's what I'm going to try. And it could be it'll brush better than the 19. Than the XF2. There was not quite a few, but over the years, I've been told that the Tamiya XF paints do not brush well. At least the people have found that. Even though I'm using it, I'm brushing with it. And I find some of them brush well and some of them don't. And I don't know why. You would think they would all use the same solution or carrier, and they would just have different pigments. So they should all paint the same, but they don't. Anyway, doesn't matter. Now, about the propellers. I was thinking of doing them in yellow. And somebody, about 2-3 days ago said the propellers should be bronze. And I was thinking, well, I sort of got bronze paint. If you remember right, I remember way back when we were doing the Bismarck, it was suggested, I think it was Vic, who I haven't heard from for a long time. I think it was Vic suggested this. And it was either Vic or Jeff Donahue. I can't remember which one, but I think it was Vic. Anyway, so I bought this, and I remember not liking it very much. I thought that the pigment was just too heavy for small stuff, but we'll try it anyway. We'll mix it up. I was thinking I might not be able to get my my stirrer in that, but I think it'll fit. We'll give that a try. Or I've got this Mr. Hobby Aqueous number 9, and it looks a little bit like this. That's pretty bronzy. Maybe I'll do this one. Yeah, because I remember for some reason I didn't like this. I'll do a swatch of this anyway, just for the fun of it. It won't hurt. And so that's basically what I want to do today, is get the tops painted with the 338. What do they call it? 82? It's the 338. Anyway, okay. Yesterday, when I went for my ride yesterday, gotta talk about the ride, I passed a McDonald's, and as I was going past the McDonald's, I could remember going in there 2 or 3 times. And then about 4 or 5 blocks further down the road, I passed a Tim Hortons. And I could not remember going into that Tim Hortons. And later when I Googled it, I didn't recognize the parking lot. And that's basically how I remember where I've been, is mainly because of the parking lot. Is it easy to get that motorcycle in and out of there without falling over? Anyway, we had a good ride yesterday, didn't we? Okay. I would assume that you know who is going to be coming by. probably in an hour. She's been coming by around 10 o'clock in the morning lately. We'll see what happens. Yeah, let's just get going here, get ourselves recomposed. I don't know which to try first, the propellers. Oh, I guess in order to conveniently do the propellers, I gotta put these things back upside down again. Either that or maybe just hold it by hand. No, that'll be too hard to video. I'm going to reposition these. I guess it's safe to hold them now. I don't need to worry about getting grease on the plastic because it's been painted. But what I'm going to try to do here is, you notice the propeller is at the back of the boat. So what I'm going to do is have the center of rotation just where the propeller is going to be something like this. Just stick this back on here. Then when I put it on the rotator and come in with the macro lens, I can rotate it all around and it stays in pinpoint focus. That's what I like to do. Yeah. Okay. I don't think there's anything else we have to talk about here. Let's just get the camera down on the table. What should I do first? Well, I guess maybe what I'll do is off camera I'm going to remount these things, and then maybe we'll do the propellers first. Yeah. Okay, I've cleaned off an area here on this piece of scrap plastic with the isopropyl, and so it's got no grease or anything on it. I went on the internet to make sure that the Mr. Hobby here was acrylic. I couldn't read acrylic anywhere on it, whereas with the testers it does say enamel right there. So that means that, at least I think that's where it says enamel. So that means that we have to use the enamel thinner, which we will put into a little jar here to clean our brush. And I think we're about ready to do a couple of swatches here and see which one we like the best, or which one seems to go on the best. And then afterwards we'll put it on the propellers. I used to save all of these. I don't save them anymore. I've got probably half a dozen or so like this one that I can use over and over again. No, there's no use having more than we need here, because we are going to be throwing this out afterwards. And of course we are going to throw it out in a very environment-friendly way, right? Like we all do. Right. Sure we do. Okay, where's the lid? There we go. Okay, so we got ourselves some cleaning solution here, and we are going to be doing the testers first. I had to use the heat gun to loosen this. I couldn't get loose. Couldn't do it with my fingers before. Now it's stuck again. I guess what's happened is it's cooled down. There it goes. Okay. Now, I don't believe I have ever used this in the tester's jar, so it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen here. Okay, I'm putting the lid back on in case I accidentally knock it over. Now, this stuff is probably going to settle really fast, so maybe what I'll do, where's my brush here? I'm just going to put the lid back on, give it a little bit of a shake, and any pigment that has gone to the bottom, hopefully we'll get back up and we'll do our swatch as quickly as we reasonably can. I wonder if you could spray this stuff. Okay, so here we go. Now we don't want to get it on the green cloth, do we? I think I'm going to come in this direction. Looks like the sort of thing you pretty much have to put it on fairly thick. Or 2 coats, maybe. No, I did clean that plastic, so but it's the pigment is scraping off. Like where it's really, really thick here, it looks good, but okay, let's let our paint dry here. Clean up our brush. Maybe I'll use the heat gun to force dry that so we can look at it. Although that's maybe not a very good test. Oh, Missy just went out for her walk. So let's get ourselves ready here. All right. Okay, I'm going to push stop here. Come on in, Missy. Come on in. Morning, Max.
Morning, bro.
It's not as smoky out there, is it?
It's smoky, but not as smoky. Yeah, well, I think it's what 7 instead of 10 plus, whatever it is, parts per million.
Yeah, this is better. 0 would be perfect. I wonder if we ever have 0.
I think sometimes in the middle of the winter, possibly. Maybe not in the middle of the winter. A lot of smoke from a lot of chimneys, even if it is gas that's burning. I think today, according to Rainey, we introduced the 2 of them.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
sit on the couch and she'll have a short leash and
And the fur will fly.
and Ella, Rainey's just going to put Ella on the ground and Ellie can approach as much as she wants. But Ella doesn't know how big the dog is, and she's not treating Missy with enough respect. So like she goes all down the edge of her kennel and Missy's trying to sleep.
Missy, do you know in Colorado there is a little dog whose name is Jordan. And Jordan has a pet human by the name of Jeff. And Jeff said that what we should do is burn the weeds. Somebody by the name of Philip also said that. Have you ever heard of the burning the weeds?
Yeah, you have to put a type of solvent on them or something, some fluid.
Okay, I thought it was like a wand that had a flame on the end of it.
Oh yeah, you could get a small torch.
Yeah.
It's about this big on Amazon. And then go along if you don't mind the bending over, although I suppose you could put it on a stick if you wanted to, and just burn them.
Yeah, maybe next summer we'll do that. You stand guard with a garden hose in case I set the house on fire.
Sure. That's a very good idea.
Uh-oh, is it time to go? Is it time to say goodbye? Look at that, yeah, that's her signal. I want out of here.
Rainey thinks that the kitten is half feral, but Rainey's only ever had adult cats, and in my family we had a lot of kittens and not very many cats. And Ella's just a kitten.
Well,
Trying to become a cat. You know, all kittens jump on one another with all 4 feet bonsai, and she just treats us like other kittens. But
Hey, Missy, where are you?
Ella just seems like an ordinary, exuberant little pussycat, you know?
Missy, you're in a big hurry to get out of here, are you? Well, let me extend my wand here.
Nice day for motorcycling.
Yeah, I think it is. I'm going to try and get out. There's a Tim Hortons on Nairn that I don't think I've been to.
Ah!
Okay, Missy, come say goodbye. There you go. So I'm going to give that a whirl. All
There
right.
we go, miss.
There we go.
Thank you, Ron.
Well, thanks for coming.
My pleasure.
Bye, Missy.
See you later this evening.
Okay. Yeah, burn the weeds. See what happens. Probably have to call the fire department. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay, now, when I was painting here, or maybe more like when I was cleaning up the brush with this enamel thinner, I was reminded why it is I don't use enamel paints. Yeah, the odor in the house is pretty strong. Now, as I've said before, that it doesn't bother me. Well, I guess in a way it does because I don't like the smell. But I mean, it doesn't make me sick or dizzy or anything like that. Like apparently it makes some people. But it's too bad because in some ways the enamel paints are better. Okay, so we'll let this dry. It's probably still wet. I'm not going to test it, and we'll do a swatch beside it now of this number 9 here, which is acrylic. So we won't be needing our enamel thinner anymore. Let's not get them mixed up. Yeah, that's quite the paint. The pigment is really I don't know, kind of weird. I got a feeling that the pigment is just too grainy, like the granules of pigment that they made to make up this color are just too big. Oh my, I got some paint on the hull here. Well, no one's going to see it anyway. That'll be the bottom. I guess I can pick that off once it's dry. I wonder how I did that. Maybe when I was mixing, it might have... Yeah, I should have been more careful. Okay, let's recompose and do our swatch of number 9. Okay. I'm guessing about 2 hours or so has passed here now. And I think this is dry. It's a little bit soft, but it's not coming up on the paper towel. It sort of has a sticky feeling to it. Okay, let's mix up the acrylic here. And wonder what I got on here. Grease of some kind. You know, I think I got that off of the stand for the camera. Yeah, they sort of had the feeling that they had to grease part of it. Well, I'm just going to push stop here and get that off of there, because I'll probably end up getting it now onto other places that I don't want it. Okay, good old isopropyl. Alright, where were we here? Yeah. We were going to try not to splatter it all over the place this time. Oh, when I was editing out the scene where I was mixing up the testers, I saw where it was that I got the little thingy on the bottom here, and it was just when I had pulled the mixer out of the jar. All of a sudden it appeared. Okay. Now this stuff we should be able to use the, I'm glad I had the lid on, Windex. Okay, now let's not waste all day here, because this will settle just the same way as the testers did. It looks a lot like the testers, only it's a lot more creamy. Yeah, I'm just going to put the lid back on while I recompose here and get the macro lens on. Okay, I'm just giving our little jar a bit of a shake here. And, okay, we got our lid off. Now, alright, this end of the swatch and this end of the swatch will be blurry, but the center right here should be in focus. You should be able to actually see individual pigment pieces, if you know what I mean. Now, enough talking here. Let's get this on and see if it paints any differently. Okay, it does seem to go on a little bit better. Oh yeah, I remember now. Aqueous paint bubbles, but it is painting better. At least I think it is. Maybe it's just my imagination. Now I think it probably bubbles because I shook it. I am putting it on fairly thick, aren't I? Okay, well maybe when it dries. Okay. I'm going to use this paint here on the propellers. Yeah, let's do that. I know this doesn't look anything like a propeller, does it? But I had a bit of an afterthought here, and when I was down in my workshop and I'd be using 2-part epoxy to make a very, very thick coating of like varathane to clear coat a piece of wood, if I get bubbles on it, I used to use a blowtorch and very quickly and carefully pop the bubbles, and I did that with great success. I'm just debating whether I should try it here or not. Maybe not is the best answer. Okay, let's move on. Okay, I know I've mentioned this before, and maybe I've gone a little bit overboard here, but I have mentioned how videoing something or photographing something that is black or white, completely black or completely white, is very difficult. So what I've done here is I have, for those of you who are camera buffs, I have overexposed this. I guess you'd say 200%. In other words, two f-stops overexposed here, so that this black area looks more gray than otherwise. You're not going to see the detail. Now the problem is that it could be that it's going to, see, now let's take a little sample here. I got my magnification hood on. Let's be very careful. Just want to I'm just sort of smothering it on, you might say here. I'm hoping that there will be a little bit of shrink wrapping going on. Well, I think I better, let me check the monitor. Well, at arm's length, it's going to give the illusion of being a very, very tiny bronze propeller. I think. If I got the end, I think that's about as good as I can get it here. Okay, let's try another one. See if it'll be in focus when I put it on. Or if I'm going to have to readjust the camera. Well, that's not bad. Okay. Maybe I'll have better luck on this one. It seems to be a little bit bigger. That other one that we did was the smallest. Now, being very careful not to touch the bottom of the hull. I wonder if the rudder should have been painted something. Well, okay, let's try another one. This is the one that has the little mark on it that it shouldn't be there. On the some of the other boats that we did, these propellers were little pieces of photo etch, if you remember. Oh, I got it on the hanger bearing, or whatever you call it. Okay, I think that's about as good as I can get it. Okay, we got 3 more to go. Oh, that's too much. Trying to get it to come in a bit from the back here. Okay, like I say, from arm's length, it's probably going to be all right. I guess I won't know until I edit this out if overexposing it was a good idea or not. If something is too much overexposed, you can't really fix it in color correction later, because there's just no data there to work with. If it's underexposed, you can have a better chance of adjusting it later in Photoshop or whatever you want to call it. And the last one here. I'm getting shaky. What if I got too much on my brush? Oh, I got it on the hull. Well, it is underneath. We're not going to see that. We will see from the side. You know, looking from the side, but well, I'm hoping that this is going to shrink wrap now, so that the 4 propeller blades sort of stand out. But we're not going to see them anyway. Okay. You know, I just thought maybe what I'll do is I'll stop the camera down while it's running here. Okay, to the normal aperture. Okay, right there it's normal. Now you can see the gold paint or the bronze paint a lot better. I don't know, maybe I should have just left well enough alone. Sometimes I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't. Oh, it's too bad I got the paint on the hull there, but that's the way she goes. Okay, let's move on here. All that work, and we can hardly even see them. Yeah, when we were looking with the macro lens, they looked pretty big, didn't they? But now, at arm's length. Okay, well, we didn't get much done, but we had a lot of fun. At least I did. Tomorrow, all being well, we're going to paint the superstructure. And I've decided I'm going to be using this number 338, the off-white. That's the plan. Right now I want to wind her up. I'd like to get out. What do we got here? It's 12:30. I'd like to be out of here and going down the street by about 1:30 to Timmy's. All being well. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.